Pastor Steve here. The next verse, verse 11, in that Lord's Prayer, what we call the Lord's Prayer, says, "Give us this day our daily bread." In our country, we tend to stockpile food and provisions, especially toilet paper, I understand. I have a food cupboard in my home, and I always intend to share it. But this prayer kind of has begun to trouble me. If I'm depending on God for my daily bread, how much do I need to stockpile? So I really am finding people who need those items and sending them down the pipeline. You know what happens? God's good. I suddenly get inundated with more and more to hand out. It's almost comical, well, except for the backaches. I read stories of great women and men of faith, George Mueller and more, and I love how God providing for them right in the moment of their need. But I want to be in one of those stories. I want to trust God for my daily bread. I'm not saying do not plan ahead. Please do. But be ready to freely share with those in need. A visiting preacher in a church nearby here a number of years ago was telling people now you need to stock up and arm themselves to protect what God has given them from the neighbors. What? Okay, maybe many doomsday preppers have that self-centered mindset. As believers, we need a different view, don't we? If I'm willing to let God have his way and be willing to follow him and his word, that attitude must not be a part of my mindset. I need to be one who follows the scriptures. Romans 12:13 says we're to contribute to the needs of the saints and practice hospitality. 1 Timothy 6:18 says instruct them to do good, to be rich in good works and generous, ready to share. Hebrews 13:6, don't neglect to do good and to share what you have, for such sacrifices are pleasing to God. This and many other scriptures fly in the face of a certain prepper mentality. Now don't write letters. Please prepare. Please stock up if you need to, but with an attitude that you can help more than just yourself. In the meantime, it's on me to trust God daily for my needs, even when it seems like he's waiting for the 11th hour. I was working in a woolen mill. I had just started. They hold back the checks. My wife and I had been raking leaves and everything to make a living, and 3 small children. And we offer food stamps. Now, don't mock me. We did. And that day you had to pay $33.16, and guess what? You got $90 worth of stamps, and you had to buy them within this period of time. This Thursday, I went to work, and my wife said, "We don't have the money." I said, "I don't get paid till next week." And I felt about that tall. I came home that night, and my wife is sitting at the table in the kitchen, and her eyes are just weepy. And I said, "What's the matter?" I knew it wasn't me because I was gone, right? She said, no, look. A lady in our church, Linda, had been trying to go to sleep, and she couldn't sleep. And she couldn't. At 9 o'clock at night, she knocks on my door, my wife's door, and said, "I know you're going to think I'm crazy." She said, "But I couldn't sleep. It seems like God was telling me to clean out my checkbook and give it to you, and there's not even that much in there." Christy said, "Well, you never know what God will do." And when she flipped open the check and handed it to her, Christy just showed her the piece of paper. The check was for $33.16. You ponder that. Pastor Steve.